Welcome to the Immersive Quest tutorial for creative writers, playtesters, and proofreaders. You can consult a detailed written tutorial in the descriptions below for each of the disciplines. You can also navigate each chapter by hovering your mouse over the YouTube timeline. First, install Minion, the add-on management program as shown in part 1 of the link guide in description. Watch the guide by Food Then Games if you need any help. Once Minion is installed, search for the add-ons and libraries in the list in the description below. If Immersive Quest has not been released on Minion yet, join the Immersive Quest Discord, link in the description. The Addons channel has the download for the add-on. Simply extract the .zip in your add-ons folder at the following path. Contributors need to pick their roles within the Discord, found in the Get Roles channel. Creative writers are those who will be writing the lore-friendly directions for the quests. Proofreaders will read over the directions and look out for errors within the text. And finally, playtesters will be those who will be testing the new quest directions, looking out for bugs, and offering feedback about how it plays. Choose your role by clicking on the corresponding icon. To ensure everyone who wishes to contribute to the add-on has followed the tutorial and understands the basics, they will need to answer some basic questions in the Tutorial Answers channel. After you have correctly answered for the role you chose, one of the team members will give you the graduate role to open up the In Progress channel. This channel keeps the progress of all the quests we as a team are currently working on. By scrolling all the way up, we can familiarize ourselves with the icons that we're using and their meaning. Here's a summary of it. For visibility's sake, each quest name starts with a red Shinto shrine icon. Side quests also have the puzzle icon. Aligned-specific quests also have the lock icon. Only writers with the Alliance training can write the lock icon quests, as they require extra formatting. Tutorial for this is found in a separate video. First step is a creative writer chooses a quest and right-clicks on it and reacts with the pencil. This means this quest is taken by them and writing has started. After the creative writer has finished writing their quest, they will right-click on it and choose Create Thread and paste their text quest and code within this thread. Second step is a playtester will look for a quest that has both the pencil and a started thread. They will right-click on it and react with the bow and arrow, signaling to the team that they're playtesting this quest. Third step is done when the playtester has finished. They will react with the magnifying glass on this quest, signaling that this quest is ready for proofreading. The fourth step is done by a proofreader who chooses a quest that has the magnifying glass on it and proofreads the text. Once they're done, they will simply react with a green check mark. And the final step can be done by anybody, usually who has more experience, who can put the proofread code into the text And when that is done, they will react with the dart to finish this quest. Before we choose our quest, there are 3 fundamental steps we need to take as creative writers and playtesters. First is understanding how to start a quest. Using the UESP wiki and searching for the quest, we might discover that prerequisite quests need to be completed before starting this one. Usually, side quests with a puzzle icon don't have any, while the other ones do. Second, as creative writers and playtesters, we should be aware if our quest has multiple quest givers by going on the UESP's quest page. Once on it, we look for the number of quest givers. We do this step in order to write directions and playtest accordingly so that the directions are valid from whichever quest giver a player would start the quest. Third is to confirm that you have begun the quest from the earliest possible task. In order not to miss some of the journal entries, as some quests have multiple starting points which skip parts. We do this by starting your quest in-game, then going on the UESP's quest page, scrolling down to the quest stages and journal entries section. From here, we simply confirm that the first journal entry on the website matches the one in our questing journal. If it's not, we abandon this quest, and we can use the Quest Maps add-on !map locations that match the name of our quest and restart from there. We do this until we find the correct quest giver, until the first journal entry on the website matches the one in our questing journal. Now that we have the basics, let's start with the Creative Writers tutorial. After reacting with the pencil on our quest in Discord and starting the quest and confirming to be on the first journal entry, open up our add-on settings and set the Writers mode to on. We also open the control settings and set a keybind for the Immersive Quest pop-up window. Then we open the window panel by pressing the keybind. We follow the ESO data log URL by clicking on it. It's gonna land us on a UESP wiki page. We simply enter our quest name. Then we take note of the number in the note column, and we enter that number in the grayed out quest ID section of the Immersive Quest panel. Once done correctly, all the corresponding data should match the one in our journal. Then we click on your task to pop a window where you can write your lore-friendly directions. When writing lore-friendly directions, use the directions flowchart as a guideline. How to use it can be explained at the end of the video. By re-clicking on your task, your data will be saved and will be displayed in the quest journal. To continue, we finish the current task. Once we have finished it, the next one will automatically show up. You can edit your past tasks by pressing the minus step and the plus step button. Once we are done, we simply click on the Create Text output. We click into the window and select all and copy the text data. Then we go to Discord and we start a thread on our quest by right-clicking on it and pasting our code in it. If it's too big, open a notepad document, paste it, save it as text, then the quest name, and upload it. Repeat these steps for the Create Code output. The only difference is to add the word code before uploading it. One thing to note is when creating a text output, a vertical bar will be added right after each vanilla task. This is in order to help the proofreaders know from where to start proofreading. Another thing to note is if ever a task is exactly the same, the add-on will add a number sign next to it. For example, Talk to Norian 1 and Talk to Norian 2. And lastly, while writing our directions, we should not use quotation marks, brackets, or parentheses
or other special characters.
Playtester's tutorial. After reacting with the bow and arrow on a quest that has the pencil and a started thread in Discord, we go in-game and we confirm that we have started this quest and are on the first journal entry. Then we go back to Discord in the started thread and we copy the code. The code we need to copy always starts with a bracket that looks like this and ends with this bracket and a comma after it. We simply copy all of it. Then we go to our Immersive Quests add-on. To the lang/en file and open it.
We can right-click on it and create a shortcut to be placed on our desktop.
Once we open this, we scroll down all the way to the line 68, where we can see paste code underneath this line. We simply paste the code here, go to File and Save. Then in game, we reload UI. The lore-friendly directions in your journal should match the ones in the text in the started thread for the quest. Before starting to playtest, as a playtester, our protocol is to keep all the questing markers and arrows for the ESO client at a bare minimum in order to assess the practicality of the written lore by the creative writers. This is why we will simply go to the Pinkiller and set all of the options to off. Then we go to settings in the interface and make sure to turn off the compass active quests to off. This will make sure that we don't get any hints from the compass.
Then, when all the settings for add-ons are done, we can start to playtest this quest task by task. When playtesting lore-friendly directions, use the directions flowchart as a guideline. How to use it can be explained at the end of the video. We can type our feedback in the quest's Discord thread for this quest. If we need to replay a quest to see if the new directions make sense, we simply need to delete the old code and replace it by the new code. When all is done, we can react with the magnifying glass on the quest to signal to the team that this quest has been playtested and is ready for proofreading.
Tutorial for the proofreaders. Go into the In Progress channel, find a quest that has a magnifying glass, open its thread and proofread the last text file in there. If you need to fix something, copy the whole text file and add proofread after the text.
And send it in this channel.
Once done, react with the green check mark. This means you have proofread the quest and applied the correct spell checking.
One thing to note is when creating a text output, a vertical bar will be added right after each vanilla task. This is in order to help the proofreaders know from where to start proofreading.
Then anyone from the team can add the proofread text to the code once they know how. And they can react with the dart icon on the quest to signal that this quest is officially finished and can be added to the add-on officially.
How to use the directions flowchart, picture linked in the description. As everybody can have a different writing style and every quest is different with various themes, the purpose of the directions flowchart is to act as a guideline for writers and playtesters on the minimum information needed in each written directional clue, in order for them to be solved by only referring to the questing journal without the need for the quest markers. The directional flowchart takes into account that you have started the quest from the earliest journal entry. First step is to read the journal. The first paragraph of the journal stays consistent throughout the quest, while the second paragraph changes every task and should be reread for newly added quest information. We start by asking ourselves, what information is missing to solve the current quest task? Can I see the zone by reading the journal? Either by reading its name in the text or seeing it by the categorization of the quests by zone. If we can, we exclude the zone name from our directional clues. If we can't see the zone name and we can't teleport elsewhere, then we can also exclude the zone name from our directional clues. If we can't see the zone name but we can teleport elsewhere, then we include the zone name in our directional clues. The next question is the destination within a city where you can click on it to display its city icons. These cities are known to all the players even if they have not been discovered. Examples like Daggerfall or Vukelgard. If it is within a city, we use the name of that city with the icons within it with our directional clues. If it's not, we ask, should I already have discovered this icon on the map? If the answer is yes, then we use that icon's name with our directional clues. If the answer is no, we can use a nearby city with our directional clues. The next step is to write our directional clues. They should adhere to this flowchart and be written in a lore-friendly way. We should try not to repeat the information already found in the questing journal. And we should keep the writing of our directional clues to be objective and not subjective. Some tasks are to simply talk again to the same NPC that is right next to you. We should add directions on how to solve these tasks, so if ever a player leaves in the middle of a quest, they can come back and finish it. Some tasks may not need any writing at all to be solved. We should also verify that our lore-friendly directional clues work even if we have multiple quest starters or givers for this task. Once we reach the last quest task, the task itself is repeated in our journal. We should remember to add directions for it as well. Before completing the quest task, we need to ask ourselves if this quest had any forked choices that we took. Forked choices make the other ones appear in red when chosen. If it did have forked choices, we need to abandon it and replay the quest and choose the unplayed ones. Even if we played all the forked choices in a quest the first time, we need to replay them as the order of the task has sometimes influence on the quests themselves. Now let's look at the hierarchy of clues. Some clue types create a more immersive player experience. In this section, the clue types are ranked from the highest to the lowest preferable impact on the player experience. First are interactive clues, the ones within the game like talking to an NPC or using an item to get more information. When available to us, we should guide the player to interact with these items or NPCs to get the necessary clue to solve the quest. Second, a known landmark or icon location. These are the names of already explored icons on the map. If a player has already been to a location, we don't need to complicate things by making them rediscover it with our directions. We can just use the icon names with our directional clues. Third is visual or auditory or descriptive clues. Clues that a player may experience by exploring. This is where you can let your creativity shine and write whatever you deem correct for a player to solve a quest. The fourth and last one is guiding clues, guiding a player step by step from a location or to a location. These should be used sparsely as they are the most hand-holdy. You will be able to find other examples and ask questions within the Discord.